Have you ever trusted God so completely that everyone thought you had lost your mind? Stay with me, because Noah's story isn't just about a giant ark. It's about unwavering faith, impossible obedience, and a promise that still speaks to us today. Long ago, the world had become filled with violence, corruption, and evil. People ignored God, choosing their own selfish ways instead. The Bible tells us that the wickedness of humanity had become so great that every inclination of their hearts was focused on evil. Yet, among millions of people, one man stood out. His name was Noah. Noah wasn't perfect, but he was righteous. He walked faithfully with God when almost everyone else had turned away. Because of Noah's obedience, God entrusted him with an extraordinary mission. God revealed that he would send a great flood to cleanse the earth of its wickedness. But he also provided a way of salvation. He instructed Noah to build a massive ark, a vessel unlike anything the world had ever seen. It was to be enormous, built from sturdy wood, sealed inside and out, and designed with 3 levels to preserve life. Imagine the scene. Noah spent years building this gigantic ship on dry land. There was no ocean beside him, no storm clouds overhead, and according to many Bible scholars, rain itself would have been unfamiliar in the way we know it today. As the ark grew larger, so did the laughter of the people around him. They mocked him. They questioned his sanity. They probably called him foolish for wasting years on something that made no sense. Yet Noah never stopped. Every swing of his hammer became an act of worship. Every plank he placed declared that God's word was more trustworthy than human opinion. As the ark neared completion, God gave Noah another instruction. He was to bring his wife, his 3 sons, and their wives into the ark. Then, animals began arriving, not because Noah hunted them down, but because God brought them. Pairs of every kind came, along with additional clean animals as God commanded. It must have been an incredible sight as creatures from every corner of creation gathered together in peaceful obedience. Then came the moment that changed history. God himself shut the door of the ark. Soon, dark clouds gathered. Thunder rolled across the sky. Rain began to fall. Then it poured without stopping. Springs burst from beneath the earth, and waters rose higher and higher. The people who had laughed at Noah suddenly realized the warning had been true all along. The flood covered the mountains, and every living thing outside the ark perished. But inside, Noah and his family were safe, not because of their own strength, but because they trusted God's plan. For 150 days, the waters covered the earth. Then God remembered Noah. He sent a wind over the waters, and little by little, the flood began to recede. Eventually, the ark came to rest on the mountains of Ararat. Still Noah waited. Rather than rushing ahead, he patiently followed God's timing. He first sent out a raven, then a dove. The dove returned because it found nowhere to rest. A week later, Noah sent it again, and this time it came back carrying a fresh olive leaf in its beak, a simple sign that new life was beginning. When the dove no longer returned, Noah knew the earth was becoming ready once more. Finally, God told Noah it was time to leave the ark. The first thing Noah did wasn't to build a house or plant a field. He built an altar and worshipped God. His gratitude came before everything else. God was pleased with Noah's faithfulness and made an everlasting covenant with humanity. Never again would a flood destroy all life on earth. As a sign of this promise, God placed a rainbow in the clouds. Every time that rainbow appears, it reminds us that even after judgment, God's mercy shines through. Noah's story teaches us that obedience often comes before understanding. Faith sometimes means building while others are laughing. And God's promises never fail, even when the journey seems long. So the next time you see a rainbow stretching across the sky, remember Noah, the man who trusted God before he saw a single drop of rain. His faith preserved a future, and his story continues to inspire millions of people around the world today.